What's up, guys? This is Peter coming at you today with another daily dose of comic collecting. So, yeah, today's sad news. Greg Hildebrandt, the Hildebrandt brothers, did pass away. So we're just gonna kind of look at one of the most iconic sets that they did together when they were both alive. There's so much up about them. They've worked on a ton of sets together, and Greg did finish off this last set of the Hulk versus Wolverine litho without his brother. So they've just been a huge part of our Marvel collecting community. I know they've done a lot. It wasn't Marvel, but here we go. I'm gonna pull out some cards and kind of talk through them and look at them. So as I grab that, guys, I'm gonna set up. I'm going a little bit of double duty here. If you're watching the YouTube, it's a little flunky today, but all right. So what I do is I collect 9 pages of cards and of comics and of characters. Sorry. So again, I collect 9 pages of X-Men characters. So I've done 9 pages of each character, starting with the original art set. So we have Marvel Masterpiece 92, 93, 94, 95. I use a Flare card for the middle. And then I have Flare Ultra X-Men 94, 95, Chrome, and then Flare Ultra X-Men. So one of each character. So today, because of the passing of the Hildebrandt, we're going to kind of look at each card that they did. So I do have part of them in 9-page screw down frames. So it's going to be a little more difficult, but I do have them. And then the rest are in folder because I haven't finished off those 9 pages. So guess first off, we're just kind of looking at Gambit. Yeah, I mean, an amazing picture. It's almost like you have them throwing the card, but they're not lit up like normal, which is really nice. There's like a fire behind him. His eyes are on fire. So they went with more of a fire color, not so much the typical purple that Gambit is associated with in that throwing pose. The cards are coming at you. It's a great card. Cyclops, lots of fun. Kind of go through each one and then I'll choose which one's my favorite. I mean, just it looks like he's almost shooting and running. What I do, again, the amazing compilation of colors, guys. If you're not watching this, I'm going to describe it as best I can. The background is just like this amazing starry night sky almost. And they didn't give it a straight red on his visor. It has red on the outside, but more yellow shooting out from his optics. Just a great piece. Storm, guys, here's a great looking Storm card. Just flying, lightning in the sky, lightning coming out of her hands. I love that pose. She's just like, what? She's like, what? Fuck you guys. I'm gonna light the crap out of you, taking on these bad guys. Very dynamic pose, very stormy. Again, that 90s outfit with the white outfit, long luscious hair flying, just breezing in the wind. Great shot there. And then Bishop is the last one I have that's framed. So I can turn that one. Okay, I have one little nitpick. This one card out of all the X-Men ones is horizontal, so it doesn't really look great in the frame. But I do love it. I love how, and back in the day, I mean, he has his gun facing forward, bullets coming out, he's teeth clenched, his M is there on his face, flat top, long hair, like just very bulked up looking Bishop. It's great. It's Bishop, guys. I mean, it's an amazing card. He's ready for the go at it. So I'm going to go back and read off the back of these real quick. One thing they did put on their cards, guys, for Bishop, we organized everything in this painting to emphasize Bishop's massiveness. So I mean, that's like they tell you little bits on each card for this set. So as we go back and we'll look at the last 4 I've done real quick, double checking out. Yeah, it's a little bit longer of a daily dose, but that's all right. Storm. With simple effects of lightning, you can often make a plain background interesting. Okay, Cyclops. Here in the back. We wanted to show Cyclops' lightning as having a life and a density all its own, as though it were actually leading him toward it. That's a pretty cool one. All right. And Gambit, we have, for us, this was a challenge to see how simply we could paint Gambit and still have it be emotionally involving. All right, so now we're going to work our way through the last couple of the X-Men that I have. I know this is a little bit longer than a normal daily dose, but just going through and looking at their art and remembering them today, definitely worth the while. What they brought to us is just a lot. Maybe I won't go into so much detail of each one, but because there's still a good amount left to look at. So we have Angel, just a magnificent pose. There in the sky. Wings are so huge they're wrapped around. It's not just the long wings out, which is great. And for Angel, they tell us, we pose models to give a real look at each painting. For Archangel's wings, we used cardboard armor we had crafted for a Tolkien painting. That's pretty cool. Iceman, this one's a lot of fun. The ice coming out of his hand shows heat, which is interesting. I wonder if that's what they talk about in the background. It's not just ice, so maybe he's putting out fire. I love how they give him the spikes on him and the his ice slide coming out. Just great. So there they say, one of the ways you can paint something to make it look transparent is to use the same color that are in the background. So if you look at the background, it's a starry night sky, same kind of as Cyclops, and they kind of use the same colors on Iceman to make them look transparent. Colossus. Now this is back when Colossus was part of the Acolyte, so he's not on the X-Men, but I still have him on my card set because when I start the 90s, he is an X-Man. All right, we're trying to capture Colossus in a state of transition between being a good guy and a bad guy. So this was when he just kind of switched over, guys, and that's just that's awesome, and I love that, the pose, the striking, the thinking. Jean Grey, she's going at it. She's making herself fly, guys. Pinks all around her, so you know that she's manipulating herself to fly. We wanted to give a sense of Jean's power, so we bathed her with her white light. Look at that. That's one of the first things I noticed. Isn't that crazy? Like, so looking at these cards, it's fun to see, and reading the back, you kind of see what they were thinking. The Rogue, she's all the way up. I mean, she's pretty much in space, with moon behind her, but it looks like it's sun. Starship flying up. She's got that pose of her famous striking pose of basically showing muscles and kicking ass. So let's see. We wanted to create a sense of Rogue's freedom. Oh, look at that. So we painted her flying with the space shuttle above the clouds. I mean, that's kind of what I'm noticing. Beast. I love how we have his jumping action pose. Very close, but in the background you have the whatchamacallit, X-Mansion behind him, and so it's really focusing on him and his agility, but at the same time, for me, it makes me think just about the idea of the scholar that he is, and the original X-Men that he is. We wanted to give the Beast a sense of play, so we created this pose and lighting for him. That's pretty cool. He's a very playful character. Looks like he might want to have a basketball in his hand or something there too. Psylocke. We got Psylocke. Again, this one has a nice, amazing background. You see the city in the background, but very far back, like it's past the ocean, but you have her in a forest. And her sign knife and a katana. So she's all ready to go. We have, to create a vivid sense of Psylocke's character, we designed the blue color scheme to match her costume and her eyes with the moonlight, water, and the city. And last but not least, guys, we got Wolverine. He's ready to pounce. Looks like he's up in the Canadian mountains in the snow. Great teeth clenching pose. I mean, he's just ready to go all at it. His daytime shot, so amazing. Let's see what they said. We tried to imagine Wolverine in Saharvio to get the right atmosphere. I have no idea where that is in this painting. So yeah, I mean, that is a breakdown of the cards, guys. I'm not sure what my favorite is. I might actually have to say one of my favorite. We're either going to go Psylocke, Psylocke or Angel. Pretty funny because these two, get together. But I do love just the wrapping of his wings around him, and with Psylocke, just the trees to the water to the background. But like she's taken on full attack mode. Guys, again, thanks to the Hildebrandt brothers for what they've done and how they have impacted our collecting in our community. This is Peter for Common Collector, guys. Keep collecting.